Hello and welcome to Shah Alam, the state capital of Selangor here in Malaysia. We're at the Malawati Stadium for quarterfinals day at the Celcom Axiata Malaysia Open. Now this event is the third of the 12 tournaments that make up the MetLife BWF World Superseries. Not only the third event, but also the second of 5 premier events, an even higher tier of tournament within the Super Series. The All England, this Malaysia, Indonesia, Denmark and China, the 5 premiers. And as you can see, at the end of the year, the Dubai Super Series finals. And the Super Series finals are just for the top 8 players and pairs in each of the 5 disciplines. And of course, you only qualify from the Super Series tournaments. Well, we've had 2 editions of the Dubai Super Series finals, and it is a hugely popular event with all the players. And I know the players are already keen to qualify once again for Dubai World Super Series finals. Well, as I say, it's quarterfinals day here today. And we're starting with women's doubles, and Chang and Lee So-hee of Korea up against the Asian Games gold medalists Nitya, Krishinda, Maheswari and Greysia, Polii. Then women's singles and the former world champion Ratchanok Intanon up against the 2-time world championship bronze medalist Pusala Venkata Sindhu. Then mixed doubles and Dichapon and Tevrat Tanachai, exciting young pair from Thailand, up against Malaysia's very own Champeng Soon and Go Liu Ying, who of course reached the final of their home event in 2013. Then it's men's singles, and Victor Axelsen, the tall Dane, is up against Malaysia's Lee Chong Wei. 10 times he's won this title, Lee Chong Wei. He really has made this event his own. Then we finish with men's doubles, and the current world number ones, Lee Yong Dae and Yu Young Sung, beaten finalists last year. They're up against Endo and Hawakawa, 3 times finalists at the All England Championships. So the first of our matches is this women's doubles. The number 8 seeds, Chang Na and Lee So-hee, up against the number 2 seeds, Nitya, Krishinda, Maheswari and Greysia, Polii. As far as the women's doubles is concerned, well, we lost 2 seeds and 2 former champions in the very first round. Last year's winners, Lu and Peterson and Ruti Yule, the 2012 winners. But it means that only 6 seeds left at quarter-final stage. As you can see, we are concentrating on the bottom section of the draw, naturally, with the number 2 seeds involved. So the left and right-handed combination of Chang Na and Lee So-hee. Of course, Chang Na was beaten finalist last year. As we look at Lee So-hee, she was beaten finalist with Jung Kyung-eung. So she's enjoyed success at this event. So to the Asian Games gold medalists, the number 2 seeds, Greysia, Polii and Nitya, Krishinda, Maheswari. Maheswari leading the pair out onto court. And this pair, like their opponents, also have a player who's been in a final here at the Malaysian Open, because Greysia, Polii reached the final the very first year that it was a Super Series, 2007, playing with Vita Marisa. Lost out in that final, incidentally, to the great Gao Ling and Wang Shui. So the court officials waiting for the players, the niceties, the... Oh. Yeah. The toss of the coin, the first duty of our umpire, Christian Johannesson. Christian Helen of Denmark is the service judge, so 2 Danes in charge of this match. I'm Jill Clark, delighted to say that Steen Pedersen is sitting alongside me, former head coach of the Danish team. And this, I think, is always intriguing with the Koreans against this top Indonesian pair. Well, I'll get more thoughts a little later, because I think we're going to look at the profiles of Chang, the left-hander. There she is, number 8 in the world at the moment. They've gone down one place this week, the 26-year-old born in Seoul. Now, as a pair, they have been as high as 5, but Chang has been as high as 4 with a previous partner. So to Lee So-hee, 21 years of age, and she born in Jeonju, and as a combination they've been in one Super Series tournament final. Happened to be the Korean Open, and the pair they lost to is their opponents of today, Greysia Polii and Nitya Krishinda Maheswari. In fact, it's the only Super Series title that the Indonesians have won. Well, as far as the Korean pair are concerned, well, what a battle in the first round against Supajirakul and Tevrattanachai. They should have really won, I think, in 2 straight games, because they were a game and 15-9 up and 18-13 up, but all credit to the Thai pair. It was the longest match of the tournament so far, hour and 22 minutes. But pretty comfortable yesterday against the English pair. So here the number 2 seeds, Greysia Polii, 28-year-old, born in Jakarta but brought up in Manado in the north of North Sulawesi. Number 3 in the world ranking with her current partner. They did spend a total of 7 weeks as number 2 in the world. Nitya Krishinda Maheswari, born in Blitar in East Java. And this is their 3rd consecutive quarter-final here. Quarter-finalists for the last 2 years, so that's pretty consistent, pretty impressive record at the Malaysia Open. Now, in the first round, they beat Nauko Fukuman and Kurumi Yonao, who were beaten finalists last week at the Super Series event in Delhi. 2 straight games. They didn't have opponents in the second round because it was supposed to be a battle between the qualifiers 1 and qualifiers 2. But there were no qualifier 1 or qualifier 2s, and therefore they got a walkover. Well, this will be the 4th meeting between the 2 pairs, and of the previous 3 you can see that the Indonesians have won 2 of them, including the last one, which was in the round of last 16, the second round of the French Super Series last year. Hour and 18 minutes it was in Paris last year for those 3 games. As we look at our 2 Danes that I was telling you about earlier, Christian Johannesson, the umpire, and Christian Herlund also from Denmark, obviously.
Ladies and gentlemen, on my right, Chang, Lee So-hee, Korea. And on my left, Nitya Maheswari, Greysia Polii, Indonesia. Chang to serve to Greysia Polii. Level, play.
So the left and right-handed combination, far side of the court. The number 8 seeds from Korea getting this quarter-final underway.
Iran, court 3.
1 love.
So, Steen, I need to ask you about the fact that the Indonesians had a walkover yesterday, no qualifiers, which in itself is a little disappointing. I looked at last year's Premier Super Series. There was only one of the 5 premiers that filled all 10 draws, because 5 main draws, 5 qualifying draws. So a little bit disappointing that there weren't qualifiers, but the Indonesians, I never know whether it's a good thing to have a rest day or whether actually players would prefer to play.
Yeah, I think given the conditions here in Malaysia, I definitely think the Indonesians would have loved to play if they could have been sure of winning. On the other hand, from looking at their legs and the amount of sports tape that they're using, I really hope they have a good sponsor of sports tape. I think they might have benefited from the extra day of rest.
Yeah.
Service over.
Yeah, especially Greysia Polii.
1-3.
She's wearing the orange stockings, but you can see a huge amount of strapping on both knees. Looks like, oh, service fault called, racket not pointing in a downward direction.
4-1. Service over.
So all four players on court have been World Championship medalists. The Koreans with different partners though. Chang was a silver medalist in Guangzhou in 2013 with Maheswari. Whereas, of course, the Indonesians, there she is, Chang Lee So-hee was a bronze medalist in Copenhagen with Chang. And the Indonesians last year on home soil became the first Indonesian medalists in the women's doubles for 18 years. Since the World Championships in 1997 in Glasgow. And if you like your trivia, it's 499 days until the next World Championships in Glasgow.
Yeah. Biggest event after the Olympics, first big event.
Absolutely.
Service over. 3-6. Play. Service over. 7-3.
Oh, that's nice. It's a lovely angle, isn't it?
Good start for Polii and Maheswari. They seem to be in quite good shape as of late. Played a really good match against Matsutomo and Takahashi in India. Long match. Maybe that's what's all the sports tape is about, that they've really been stretched there.
Service over.
Yes, that was in the semi-final last week in India. And Matsutomo and Takahashi went on to take the title. Good work. Very, very good work by the Koreans.
8.
I have a feeling with a lot of these Korean women's doubles that they have potential for more, that they somehow must break through in not so many weeks, months, but they haven't really Well, you must correct me, Joel, if they've really been successful in the bigger tournaments with Super Series and so on.
Just that one, their home event, when
Yeah.
they were beaten finalists last year against their opponents of today. They were in the semi-final of the China Premier Super Series at the end of last year as well.
Yeah.
And of course, they were beaten finalists at the New Zealand Grand Prix Gold event a couple of weeks ago.
Service over. 6-9. Service over. 10-6.
Oh, it's gone long.
Yeah.
Service
And
over.
you can see that she's still struggling with her service,
7-10.
Greysia Polii. And low service was way too high above the net, but the Koreans didn't capitalize on it. Well
Good
played.
work.
Service over.
Yeah, well played. Good interception from
11-7.
Greysia Polii.
Interval.
So into the mid-game interval with a 4-point advantage. The Asian Games gold medalists. Now, when we saw the player profile stats at the beginning of this match, we saw that Jang Ye-na, highest ranking of 4. I can tell you that was with Kim So-young. Well, as far as the Koreans are concerned, the great Ra Kyu-min, their coach. What a wonderful player she was. Now, was it Eng Hian for the Indonesians?
It was. Very accomplished coaches on both sides, and I think he's worked wonders with this Indonesian pair here. Had a coaching stint in Singapore for some years after he retired as a player.
12-7.
I just get the impression, Steen, that the Indonesians are being far more positive than their opponents. They're looking to get on the attack, and I'm delighted to see that.
Yeah, I think they... it's a very different kind of ladies doubles we're seeing in this tournament, because you simply need to be on the attack. I think the Koreans, they are on the side where they feel that they can lift and play the baseline, but they really shouldn't do it, because when they do it, the Indonesians take the attack, they take the initiative, and they're not able to get it. The Koreans are not able to get the defense long enough, so the chances gets bigger and bigger for the Indonesians, and they've really been successful with their attack here.
Service over.
Well, it had been a run of 5 straight points.
15.
Yeah, they need to use that sort of set play with their left and right-handed formation.
Yeah.
Greysia, get ready. 9-15. Service over. 16-9.
Came really quick, that false shot from Polii.
Oh no, that was a better serve, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah, a little bit of discussion. Who's in the left court? And it's Lee So-hee. They were in the wrong formation. Well spotted by the umpire. Oh, that's delightful. What a super shot.
Yeah. Really quick movement there. Disguises it, slices it a little bit, but still a straight shot.
Yeah, they're
11,
suddenly you realised exactly what you were talking about, Steen, that they need to get on the attack. Korean pair.
Yeah. Clever by Maheswari. Wants the court to be mopped, and I think it was good to sort of break the rhythm of the Korean pair.
Oh, yeah, big gap down the middle. That often happens with a left and right-hander.
Yeah, because you have the same advantages and disadvantages. I mean, you normally prefer the player with the forehand to take the shot, but
yeah, they're both forehand.
They're both forehand here.
Yeah.
Successful defense there from the Koreans, but it's a good variation to see women's doubles like this. I mean, it's so hard, not hard, but it's so demanding of them to play this attacking style, because of course they're shorter and physically a little bit weaker than their male colleagues. So it takes so much more energy from them to play as attacking as we're seeing them do right now.
14-18.
Before we went on air here, we had a 3-game match in women's doubles as well, and it was finished in under an hour, and that's not what we're used to see at the moment in the tournaments.
No, not at all. Yeah, you were saying yesterday that the rallies are much shorter in all disciplines because of the conditions. It's going wide and long.
Service over. 19-14.
Well, that's a missed opportunity. I like the idea, though, from Chang. Just trying to take the pace out of it, but finding the net, and therefore 6 game point opportunities for Maheswari and Polii. It's a good rally. Nice placement of the smash too. Just slightly across the body towards that right hip.
16-20.
So 2 game points have come and gone.
A little bit sad for the Koreans. They made 2 easy mistakes when the Indonesians had 18 points, because I felt they were getting back into this first game here. I think they'll have difficulties winning it now.
Oh, service fault called. No, I was looking down at my notepad. What was it called for? We'll see. Oh, struck above the waist. You can see the service judge making the arm signal that indicates it's above the waist. So 21-16 opening game to the number 2 seeds, Maheswari and Polii. Yes, there's M1, Olympic bronze medalist in Athens in 2004 with Polii.
Yeah, and he almost won the match himself, because Polii, he had all his left shoulder totally taped in and was not really able to hit a lot of smashes, but M1, he played a fantastic match.
Sorry, I've hit another raw spot, haven't I?
Yeah, that's that hurts, but he played well.
Yeah. And of course the Danes, they beat in that bronze medal playoff.
Yeah, that was Jens Eriksen, Martin Lundgaard.
Yeah. Yeah, you can see, well, you could see the strapping on the legs of the Indonesian players.
Of course, the husband of the Korean coach won that Olympic gold medal, Kim Dong-moon.
With hard taekwondo. Short. Oh. It's landed in.
But I mean, everybody that has been complaining that women's doubles is not attacking and can't attack and so on, they can see here with their own eyes that they definitely can attack. The conditions here, they make the court a little smaller, and when the court is a little smaller, then it's a good idea to attack compared to the physical strength of the players.
Well, Greysia Polii is the only player not to be faulted on the serve so far in this match. Missed it. Well, there's no challenge from the Koreans. We've got very good sight of that line. And I thought it was definitely wide. It was close, but I thought it was wide. Yep, definitely. Good call, line judge. That's landed in.
A little bit lucky there for Lee, because I think she mishit it a little bit. Could very easily have gone long. The thing is that it's so easy for the Indonesians to think, well, now we're on the side of the court where we can lift, so so we have a little bit better possibilities, more possibilities than in the first game. But the thing is that if they choose to lift, they will be at a disadvantage, because then the Koreans will go on the attack, definitely. So it's going to be very much a battle of the service situation in the front court.
3-2.
Here we can see Chang, that one, she's afraid to give it too much, because then it will go long and then it becomes way too short and easy for Polii to intercept.
Well, I thought that Lee So-hee came so far back when her partner was going to smash. Look how far back she's come. I thought she was could almost be hit by her partner. I was talking last week, Steen, about in the women's doubles how I like to see more movement of the front court player and how they need to move back. But that was extreme, wasn't it?
Yeah. So sometimes they end up too close, but otherwise it's a good thing to have sort of like a rubber band between the two players, so that they won't get too far apart. We've seen some of the women's doubles where they play, in my opinion, the old-fashioned style, with a front court player who is not moving a lot and a back court player who's moving a whole lot. And it still can be done if the players are very, very skilled, but it's getting more and more difficult.
Yeah. Well, I thought last week that Tang Yuan-ting and Yu Yang were that typical pair where they got stuck in the old-fashioned way. Yu Yang a little too static at the front of the court.
Yes. They're doing very well, the Indonesians, in my opinion. They are so disciplined.
Just wide. And we talked about the sideways drift a little bit yesterday, didn't we?
Yeah.
We think it's going, well, not the way we're, the way we're looking at it at the moment, from left to right. This is where the Koreans need to be careful.
Yes, and So-hee Lee, she should know that Maheswari is going to challenge at the net. She's not going to lift. She's going to challenge as long as she has a reasonable possibility, because lifting, that will put her off even worse.
That's drifted wide as well. That sort of confirms our theory about the drift. the sideways drift. Oh, delightful.
Yeah.
Service over. 5-9.
Now the Indonesians asking for the court to be mopped.
Service over. 10-5.
Service fault called. So now all 4 players have been faulted.
He didn't need to call that because it was quite a bit wide. I don't think Chang could have reached it had she wanted to return it. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well done. Nice counter attack by Lee So-hee.
This is a good fight back, isn't it?
Yeah. The question is, will they be able to avoid these easy points that they sort of gave away in the first game?
Well, the Indonesians go to the mid-game interval with a 3-point advantage. They had a 4-point advantage in the first.
And again, it was down the middle here, as you mentioned earlier, Joe.
Well, in total, we're still under 30 minutes into the match, halfway through the second game. Emphasising the point you were making earlier.
Yeah, I think we're at least half a game ahead of a match in normal conditions.
Yeah.
Perhaps that's a little too much because it wasn't that close the first game, but 10 rallies at least. And it takes a lot of experience to cope with these circumstances here.
On court 2, men's singles quarterfinals.
And then there's also some country issues. I think that very often we see the Koreans, they don't do especially well in windy conditions. The last 2 times the World Championship has been played in Copenhagen, where there's no air condition in the hall, there's not a whole lot of drift. The men's doubles final has been all Korean.
Yeah.
I think the Korean playing style uses all the court and relies a lot on accuracy. And if there's a lot of drift in the hole, they can't really use that so much.
Yeah. What a good and interesting point you make.
Service over.
Oh my goodness, well reached. She did awfully well to control that as she was falling over.
10-12. Ladies. Hey! 11-12.
Gone wide.
Service over. 13-11. Service over. 12-13.
They're working their way into the match.
Yes,
Chang and Lee.
8 of the last 12 points.
Yeah.
Oh, it's well wide of the centre line.
Service over. 14-12.
Yeah, there goes the flick again. I wonder if she's lost a bit of confidence on her low serve.
Service over. 13-14. Cricket.
Oh my goodness, how did she get that back? And that. What great defence by the Koreans.
Yeah, that's well played. I'd like to see them use these flat lifts a bit more. Well played, good rally. But the flat lifts, if the Koreans use them a bit more, that will give them a chance to turn the defense around. And if they can manage to do that, there's a big opportunity just around when the defense turns around to attack, where the Indonesian players has to go side by side instead of front court, back court. It could be some easy points for the Koreans there.
Well, this is very, very well done by the Koreans. Back level at 14 all, having been 4-9 down at one stage. Now into the lead.
15-14.
Oh,
Well played.
that is the shot of the day so far in this women's doubles. What a delightful block off the smash. Look at that. That's wonderful. You know, in general terms, I'd love to see more of the block defence in women's doubles.
Yeah. I think we'll see it come, but so far, I mean, wow, that's a bad return. It totally left the green area, went out to the
carpet. So, yeah.
No, I think in women's doubles, I mean, you can easily defend when the wind conditions are good. You can get it to the back court because it's much more a technical issue than a physical issue. So you don't have the need for the short blocks. But what if you put them into your game, even though you didn't need it? Then it would be really great, and you would have a lot of variation in your defense. And I think we saw that exactly at the World Championships in Copenhagen, where the Korean men's doubles, they used the cross short block on
that's
on
right.
the attack.
Yeah.
And there's no doubt that if you can come up with something new to the big occasions, then you have a little bit of an advantage, because there's so much video material on every combination, on every player right now, that if you have something that has not yet been taped, then it's difficult for the opponent to deal with it.
Yeah, didn't miss by much. Yeah. Once again, I do like the idea.
This is a very decisive situation right now. I think the Indonesians, they should go all out to finish this in 2 games, because Chang and Lee, they clearly have found a game plan that's working, and that could spell trouble for the Indonesians should this go to a decider.
Service over. 18-16.
Well, I think they were trying to do that, as you suggested, in the rally. And I think for a moment they forgot that Chang Na was a left-hander.
Yeah. That's wide. Good smash.
Service over.
Wow, that was powerful.
17-18. Next.
Yeah, she wasn't ready.
17-18.
Very bad service again from Polii.
19-17.
Wow.
Service over. 18, 19.
Still hasn't figured out that drift, Lee So-hee. So once again, just 1 point in it. Oh, yeah. Well, that's why I've kept saying I like the idea about that little block taking the pace out.
On court 3, women's doubles quarterfinals.
So now 2 game
Misaki
point opportunities for the
Matsutomo
Koreans
and
to
Yaka
level this
Takahashi,
at
Japan.
1 game apiece.
Protestant Yuanting Yuyang, China. Umpire Ajindra Rai, India. Service judge Teo Kenju, Malaysia. Court 3.
Oh, great save. Oh,
Oi.
my goodness. Well, seemed to get wheel spin there.
Won by Chang,
Greysia Polii.
21, 18.
Look at the jump smash.
1 game all.
In the dive. Yeah, foot just slipped away from her. Just couldn't move. So it's 1 game apiece, and we will be treated to a third and deciding game. 21-18, that second game. 42 minutes into the match.
일단 움직이는 게 제일 우선이야. 그냥 크게 하지 마.
20 seconds. Final game. Level. Play. One love.
I think we'll see the Koreans take more initiative here in the first part of the third game than we saw them do in the first game of the match. Cannot be satisfied just lifting. They have the possibility of lifting once in a while as a variation, but the general idea should be to try to attack.
Service over. One all. Service over. Two, one.
Well, Steen, it's interesting to me what you say about the attacking play because, you know, I love watching this style where both pairs are vying for the attacking play. We've seen too many women's doubles in recent years where it's all been about, well, let's just lift, let's just work opponents. So seeing pairs really desperately trying to get on the attack is far more aesthetically pleasing to me.
It is. But if we think back long enough, I can remember when men's doubles was played in exactly the same way. We had players that were so good in the defense that the opponents almost gave up in attacking, and it was a defensive battle. The Sidek brothers, a Danish pair, Jon Holst, Thomas Lund, played a very good defense as well. So I think it's the development of badminton that, okay, if you can win playing this defensive style, then we have to develop players that can cope with it.
Yeah.
And so you could say that it is in waves that we're now seeing more attacking style players coming forward. And I think the players that are not so strong in attack, they will have to work on their defense and become even better. Perhaps with these short blocks that we mentioned earlier.
Okay.
And one of the wonderful things is that when we see the development happen in a pair, as we've seen with Takahashi and Masutomo, who's won the last two Super Series tournaments, because they were definitely a defensive pair, but now they're going on the attack as well, and they've become better by doing it.
Yeah, you're absolutely right. It is fascinating.
Service over. 4-3.
Because I can remember, do you remember Gefei and Gu Jun?
Yeah, exactly.
And they were an incredibly attacking pair.
They were attacking. Gu Jun, I don't think I've seen anyone hit it as hard as she did.
Yeah. And yet after that, it all went defensive again. But now you're right about the style going in waves.
Yeah.
And we're now back to players wanting to try and get on the attack. Interesting.
4-all.
So you always try to find a way to come through, trying to find spots where you have an advantage to the other players, pairs.
Chang.
Yeah. Well, been told off because she had a word with the service judge. She thinks that Greysia Polii is faulting on the flick serve with a double movement, or maybe even moving her feet. I'm not quite sure what she was saying there, but the umpire rightly saying, don't try and influence the service judge. Yeah, there he is. Very experienced umpire, Christian Johannesson.
Yeah, he's very experienced and a very good umpire, in my opinion. One of the 2 or 3 best Danish umpires that there is.
That's 6-4.
Now this is all getting a little intense, isn't it? Greysia Polii, you didn't see it, but she went up to the umpire and said, well, why wasn't she ready?
I can understand her because, I mean, as opponents, when you see one player struggling with the service, and you really keep a close eye on what is she doing and is she succeeding in something. And here, Polii is trying to launch a serve really quickly, and of course, the Koreans want to avoid that in order to keep it a little bit vulnerable.
Yeah.
7-5.
Oh, my goodness.
Yeah. Oh, that was lucky for the Koreans. She's hitting it a little bit too highly. Sorry, too hardly.
Maheswari and Polii challenges.
Well, it's the first challenge we've had in this quarterfinal, isn't it? Hawkeye will be asked to adjudicate with their high-speed cameras that are looking down the line.
Chang cancels.
Yeah, what the umpire hadn't understood, well, that Hawkeye, we've had the privilege of seeing that Hawkeye has agreed with the line judge, but she was challenging whether the player had hit the shuttle, whether the shuttle had touched Lee So-hee on its way out the back. Hence,
That's not something that Hawkeye can
no.
can decide.
Service over.
It's well left.
Greysia. Up here. Eight, 6.
Oh, that's a shocker. Got away with it. Well,
Service over.
ultimately, they don't get away with it, but my goodness, that was a terrible serve. Ever since she got faulted,
Yeah.
just lost all confidence.
Oh, great play.
Service over.
Excellent courage by Polii.
9.
And that's what's so fantastic, in my opinion, that even though she's struggling with the services and so on, that would most regular players, they would be affected by that, but she's still able to make these kind of shots here when the rally is going.
Yeah, and not only make the shots, but the confidence to go for it, because yeah, and that was extremely difficult, because I thought the shuttle was upside down. How she controlled that to brush it off the top of the tape, I don't know.
Service over. Eight, 9. Play. Nine, all. Service over.
Well, she's got to have the courage to keep going for that as well, Zhang Yana, because I know she made the error, but it was the right thing to do. Stepping forward, looking to... here we go again.
But see, Zhang Yuna, she puts up her right hand and says she's not ready. And it's so important for the Indonesians that the umpire is focused on, are the Koreans doing the same service return preparation when Polii is serving as when Maheswari is serving? Because as I see it, when Maheswari is serving, they're ready all the time.
Yeah, good
But they're
point.
never ready when Polii is serving. And we saw at the All England, we saw Joachim Fischer, Christina Pedersen utilize that against Gabby Adcock. Always disturbing the service rhythm.
Yeah. Indonesians have a 2-point advantage at the change of ends here in the deciding game. Yeah, just completely mistimed it.
And I think this was one of the rallies where they sort of fell back to the normal Korean style and say, okay, let's defend. But at some point they simply need to turn it around, otherwise, and at that point could not be too late in the rally, because they won't have a chance to do it then.
20 seconds. Ladies, on court. Chang. Greysia, on court now.
Well, the umpire asking Greysia Polii to return to court.
$11-9. Play.
No, surely they know she's going to flick. Why aren't they waiting for it?
Just go 1 foot back and force her to make a short service, which is more easy to kill, in my opinion.
Yeah.
But now the Indonesians are about to create a gap. Yes.
Yes, a 4-point advantage. Yeah, that's good judgment. Didn't think that was going to go long. She did well.
13.
Oh, she missed it. She swung at it, Chang, and I think she distracted her partner.
Oh, it's landed in. Yeah, that's the difference in the end. The last 2 rallies, one drifted just out, going towards the Koreans. Other end lands just in. Oh, my goodness. Oh, my crikey. Oh, unbelievable. Well, that is extraordinary. How on earth did Greysia Polii keep that coming back? 2 off the floor, 3 off the floor. Get up. Oh, no need. Well, that's extraordinary, isn't it? The Koreans will be kicking themselves for making that error.
Maybe the next development we'll see in ladies doubles, a sitting defense.
Well, not the longest rally of the match. We had one at 39 in the second game. wondering that rally could be decisive. Sometimes in tight matches.
15,
No, I've done it myself.
11.
I think, what on earth do I have to do to win this? And, you know, really, the Koreans should have won that rally. Oh, service fault called. Second time, the Greysia Polii has been faulted on the serve.
15.
It's almost like she gets electrical shock when she serves Polii Greysia.
Oh, that's a nice angle.
Well played.
Yeah, it's a super change of pace. Well, they're saying they don't want to change the shuttle, the Indonesians. Jump smash, and then the jump drop shot.
Over there. Panjat. Panjat.
Now there you can see the strapping on the shoulder as well as the strapping on the legs.
Thank you. Service over. 13-16. Greysia.
Oh, yes.
Oh, that's better.
Yeah.
They're still a little bit in trouble, the Koreans, but I feel that they're trying to hit it too hard, and that sort of opens up a small door for the Indonesians, because if they hit it hard, they're a little bit more off balance than if they just hit it in a downward direction, and they will better their position no matter what kind of smash they'll do, but the hard smash sort of opens up for a counter-attack.
Oh, a couple of good interceptions by the left-hander.
15.
No, this is far from over yet.
Well, this is actually getting very, very exciting right now, because it's almost impossible to call which of these two pairs are going to progress to the semi-final.
Yeah, there's just 1 point in it. Yeah, missed it on the third shot and then got lucky. Well, an hour and 6 minutes, one game all, and 16 all.
good match so far, where we've seen the players trying to adapt to the opposition and to the conditions here. Excellent women's doubles.
Yeah, good drive defence. Oh! Well, there was real hesitation, wasn't there, with the lift down the centre, that one. Which of the two Koreans was going to play it? Well, I think they made the right choice in the end. Just from their perspective, a pity that Lee So-hee missed that final kill.
Perhaps it took away a little bit of her concentration. Now there it was again. She put up her right hand, Chang when Polii was serving. The umpire calls her. Yeah. Oh, two bad shots.
Oh my goodness me.
18-16.
Look how high that supposed low serve is over the net.
And I can understand why the Koreans put up their hand before, because otherwise, before Polii is launching her service, because otherwise, the moment they look up, she's launching her serve, and I mean, you'd like just a few seconds to concentrate.
Yeah.
But it's actually more efficient if it's the partner who puts up her hand. It's wide. Oh.
Yes, I agree with you, Steen. Sure, that was going wide. She could have left it.
Yeah. Well, we see it from the opposite position now. That one was going wide.
Definitely. Yeah,
it's a little confusing when we suddenly see it from the other side. In
yes,
my opinion.
it is. Yeah. Yeah, I find it very confusing too. So 18 all. Oh, they both went for the one down the centre of the court. They still haven't got used to the left and right-handed combination, the two Korean players. Who's taking what? Yeah, good smash from Maheswari, and it means that the Indonesians have earned themselves 2 match point opportunities.
20, match point 18.
They've done it. Number 2 seeds, relief and elation for Greysia Polii and Nitya Krishinda Maheswari. An hour and 11 minutes for their victory, and it was a well-earned victory. But my goodness me, how costly do you think that return of serve, when it was such a woeful low serve from Greysia Polii, and the Koreans hit it long. But there is the moment of victory. A yell of delight. And an hour and 11 minutes to come through. 21-16, 18-21, 21-18 in the deciding game. So our next quarterfinal will be women's singles. The former world champion Arachanok Intanon against the two-time world championship bronze medalist Pusala Venkata Sindhu. Oh, when you look at the women's singles draw from quarterfinals onwards, the top quarter, two former champions, and last year's champion Carolina Marin defeated by the 2012 champion. Right at the bottom of the draw, the 2013 winner Tai Su Ying has beaten the 2011 winner to book her place in the semi-finals.